Wilson going to come out throwing. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A torn ACL ended what was supposed to be K.J. Hamler's breakout year after just 3 games. Denver will bring him along slowly, but this is the year they fully expect him to develop into the speedy starter they wanted with their second-round pick in 2020. Picks up a first down for the Broncos right there.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
On first down, Wilson. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now Wilson on first down. He'll drop this down to Williams, and he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action now. Wilson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. K.J. Hamler, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here in Vegas. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you hit them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. At their own 22-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start the drive with White, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Opting to run again here with White. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Carr. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. K.J. Hamler deep for the Broncos. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. 38-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Johnson on the return. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 7-0 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. White running to the left. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. The Raiders are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to a good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right? There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest when the guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield on that play.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the interception, here's Wilson. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They run it again with Williams. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he will have a Broncos first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Delivering again to Gordon, and he's got him again. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. The handoff goes to Gordon, running left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Quinn Miners, 3rd-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
On second down, Williams. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
Partner's been my experience that after two stops like that near the goal line, defenses only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incompletion, then the run for no gain. Let's see now. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. The kick by McManus is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. But now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. That quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Six yards left on second down.
14. Run up. Hey, 0. 14.
Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Deeper.
Here's Wilson. Eluding them, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's Corliss Waitman now. Johnson to return it.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. First down, here's White. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
At the Broncos' 47-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Carr going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing now is Carr. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's A.J. Cole now to bunt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. It's Bubba Bolden who picks it. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line.
So first thing crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Here's White. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Zamir White, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 and 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Broncos take over first down at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw is Wilson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now it's Wilson. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And he's going to go down. So they pass up the field goal attempt to go for 6, but as a result, they leave points on the field, and that's going to do it for this first half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
McManus's point after is good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Broncos 17, Raiders 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 and the 24. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
A solid stiff arm. Touchdown, Raiders!
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who's going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 19-yard line.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Zamir White,
His third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Extra point by Carson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Wilson. Sutton drilling it in on the left side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. The 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. This was a close game.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. That's caught inside the 20.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Broncos have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that gives him a 3-point lead.
Broncos 24, Raiders 21. Brendan McManus will kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Carr now on 1st down. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
They'll try the right side here with White.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground with White. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one good for 33 and a first. You got to give him the football again here. He gets the big run down to the 2. Pay it off.
I like it. I like the call, but here's always the question. How many times do we see the big runs and the guy pats his helmet and says, take me out? Why would you go out when you've got a chance to get it again and score?
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Carlson down to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson.
That's out to the flat for Gordon.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. McManus's point after is good, and that gives him a 3-point lead.
31, Raiders 28. Brandon McManus, the kickoff for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Forced out to his left.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
14.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson.
That's taken in by Dulcich.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Well, he was trying to make something happen there outside of the pocket, but ultimately what did happen was a loss of yardage.
Yeah, he held on to it for a long time, didn't he? As you talked about trying to make something happen, hoping something would come open, but it didn't. Ends up shoveling it off.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
And the Las Vegas first down.
On the draw, it's White. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, Carr. Dancing to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Carr finds White. And some space here. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Carr.
Flush to his right.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. Throw left side complete. That's Adams.
And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They will look for some important yardage on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They defer to White out of the shotgun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Throwing his Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
They will run with White out of the shotgun. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Now Carr
incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Took their shot at going for the win, didn't get it. Now bring on the field goal unit, tie this thing.
It's the right call. I truly believe that. But if I'm on defense, I'm also staying a little loose here in case they want to be really aggressive and fake it.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net. But they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And they will take a knee here as time will likely run out on regulation. And we'll go to overtime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Broncos who are going to get the first shot at things. They'll have it here as we start in overtime. Taking it about the 1.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for Las Vegas, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Denver, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.